Hello, welcome to the Grand Prix podcast!
Oh, we stopped.
We did. People at home have no idea that we are all dressed as steamed gyozas.
It's true.
We need to start video. No more costumes until we're on video.
I'm stuffed with miso aubergine.
Good flavour. Mm-hmm. I'm pork, personally.
Oh. I'm tofu.
She called me a pig. She called me a pig live a pot. Someone take me home. Someone order me an Uber and get me home. No, he's going to sit there and stare at me. Are you reading?
I said I'm tofu. My reaction.
How is that going to help me?
You were making a pig noise.
Bland and spongy. No backbone.
Is this your intro?
No, this isn't my intro. Sorry, I just need to deflate my costume. Okay, off pod. Oh my god, I need to get myself together. Sorry.
Let's stay again.
This book. The sushi belt of the Suzuka International Sushi Restaurant runs for precisely 23 metres. It loops around the corner in a figure of 8, just like the circuit. It has the S-curves near the cold case. It has the double Degner bends around the tempura fryer. It has the flat-out terror of 130R by the green tea taps. And it has the hairpin near the cash register where legends have been lost and legends have been made.
Yeah.
Every fish who has ever raced at this belt knows what it means to be chosen. I am Nodoguro-san, the Phantom of the Sea of Japan. My flesh is white, my soul is fatty, and my throat is...
Me? Yeah, you're not white.
You gonna take that?
I claim fatty.
No. She said, "Kill, you're not white."
She said, I claim fatty. I'm honest.
And my throat is as black as the asphalt of the Suzuka starfish.
That I don't claim.
It's the type of fish he is.
Is it bruised?
It's called the black throat fish. You just aren't read up on the fish facts that I am.
No.
My family has raced this belt for generations. My grandfather was the fastest in his shoal and was placed on the belt, and he flew. They say he was so fast, so perfectly presented, so luminously glazed that a giant hand reached down from above and took him, lifted him clean off the belt, transcended him to greatness. He never came back. That's how you know he made it. My father was built for the limit. He studied the belt. He came out of the kitchen blowtorch to perfection. Within half a lap, the hand came for him too. Transcended to greatness. He never came back either. The legend is clear. Reach the finish line, get to the replating zone, which is the sacred return slot at the end of the belt, and you'll be chosen for Formula One. They are lifted from this place and taken to compete on the world stage under the lights in front of millions. It happened to a Toro once. Everybody knows this. He went around the full 23 metres without being torched, crossed the finish line, and collected by a man in a jacket who was clearly a team principal. Nobody ever comes back. That's the whole point. The sushi belt starts to hum with the frequency of 1,000 dreaming engineers. To the untrained eye, I'm mere substance, filler for the masses. But I am Nodoguro-san, and today, I'm taking pole.
It's like the dark side of Dory.
The chef torches my skin. I feel the instant torque of the belt motor beneath me. On the wall-mounted TV, the F1 pre-show fanfare begins. Ferraris, Red Bulls, Silver Arrows. What amateurs? They need 4 wheels. I only need a perfectly sculpted wedge of shari rice. The blowtorch passes over me. My premium oils catch the light. A single bead of pure, fatty moisture rolls down my flank. That's sweat, I say to a passing plate of pickled ginger. I'm a high-performance athlete. Athletes sweat. I pause. Sweat, baby. Geek, geek, geek. Ginger says nothing. She never does. I'm on a flyer. The delta is green. I'm carving through the S-curves with an ice-cold precision of Nagiri Lauda. Oh, I got nothing.
Like Nicky Lauda.
Yeah, you got it.
Mm-hmm.
A fish who understood the risk, calculated it precisely, and smelt incredible. Ahead, a California roll, slow-moving, weaving, dragging a tail of loose nori behind it like a broken diffuser. The avocado is already looking structurally compromised. This is not a competitor. This is a sitting duck roll. Guys?
Duck roll.
So,
Duck roll stroll? No. Duck roll.
No, what?
I'm trying to work out what driver that is.
No, not a driver. Just play
just
on.
a duck
It's
roll.
play on the term a sitting duck.
Oh!
Is this thing on? I wait. The spoon curve approaches. The gap exists. I make my move. Our plastic plates make contact. His lopsided filling wobbles. He overcorrects. He spins beautifully and harmlessly into the gutter by the green tea taps. I glance at the chef with total sincerity. No, it was nothing. Just a fishident. You're going to keep in the bit where you came up with it, aren't you?
No, but I'm keeping that line.
No! It's the final sector. The TV volume swells as the commentators are losing their minds over a yellow flag somewhere in the midfield. I'm inches from the finish line, the glorious return slot, the replating zone, where legends are elevated, where champions are reborn in a chance to fight in Formula One. The belt is clear, I have clean air, but suddenly the sun is eclipsed. I see two enormous splintery pillars of bamboo descend from the heavens. They must be the chopsticks of destiny. I'm airborne and suspended over a dark, salty abyss of Kikkoman soy sauce. No, Michael, no! I'm plunged in, rice side down. My soft compound rice grains are losing their structural integrity in real time. And then the horror. He's lifting me towards his mouth. Michael, no, this is so not right. This isn't Formula One. My grandfather, my father, my uncle, taken by two hands. They didn't make it. None of them made it. This seems vaguely similar to the hit film Sausage Party, but ultimately has been altered enough to sound like the original intro created by the charismatic co-host Izzy from Grand Prix. I was lied to, I breathe, with the quiet devastation of a fish who's just understood everything. I have my rice full of water, like full of water. He opens his mouth. It's enormous. It's dark. It's definitely not the start of my life in F1. I manage in my final moment staring into the abyss. I really thought I'd made it. Oh.
I love that.
Thank you.
I don't know that I'm the right audience as a vegetarian.
Don't make it political. There's enough going on in the world. Don't make it political.
But as I heard you say that he was going to the mouth and saying like, no,
did you say that mouth?
The mouth.
Da, 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 da.
As he was going to this person's mouth, I thought in my head, oh my God, it's Sausage Party. It's not The Great Beyond.
Yeah.
There was no orgy though.
Wait, I haven't finished.
I liked it.
Why are you waiting? Ring, you're a pervert. Why are you waiting for me to carry on reading about the orgy? You need to call a number, mate.
What, the F1 hotline?
Yes! 35p a minute.
I've just been left in shock with no words over this intro, mostly because I didn't understand who's who. And I also haven't seen Sausage Party.
You've not seen Sausage Party?
I've heard you guys talk about it a lot, though.
Wait, not
Kind
a lot. Don't make it sound
kind of
weird.
like a weird obsession.
We watched it in the
with
cinema,
Sausage
didn't we?
We did watch it in the cinema.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Damn.
But I
Oh,
like
it's
the
kind of a
intro.
spoiler then.
I wasn't planning to see it.
Oh, why?
Weirdly.
Why?
It's a good film.
Weirdly, I've never had a Friday night where I've thought, you know what, a movie I haven't seen? Sausage Party.
Oh, but you'll watch porn.
No, I don't.
Why'd you sound so defensive?
You told us you uploaded your ID when the new regulations came in.
No, that made me give up. Too much effort.
Welcome to the Daily Prick, where the news stings and so do we. This is your daily dose of the stories that needle you most.
I really don't get this whole needle thing.
This is prick.
I know, but it's not smooth.
Have you just got it?
I don't remember.
You need to stop day drinking.
It's hard out here.
If I read it again, will you think you'll laugh or no?
I've already laughed once.
Okay, fine, sorry. Jesus
How much foundation do you need?
Good Lord. Drama.
Ooh.
Max Verstappen kicked a journalist out of his own press conference this
I don't
week.
want to hear the rest. Get out.
What? Oh!
Girls, why are we so slow today?
It's late.
At Suzuka on Thursday, Max Verstappen refused to start his media session until the Guardian journalist Giles Richards left the room saying, "I'm not speaking before he's leaving," and repeatedly telling him to...
Fuck himself?
What?
Whoa.
I was throwing to Nav, not you.
What?
Was that what he said?
No!
Just seems like a reflect.
No.
In the context.
No, and repeatedly telling him to...
Leave. Get
No.
out. Go right now. Why it's the end of you and me?
Him singing with his accent.
And the lisp. It traces back to Abu Dhabi last year, where Giles asked whether Max regretted his collision with George Russell in Spain, where the penalty cost him 9 points in a title where he only lost by 2. And now...
It's a valid question, I think.
This is how it went word for word. Max, you lost out to Lando by just 2 points. What do you think now about the incident with George in Spain? Do you regret looking back in hindsight? Max, you forget all the other stuff that happened in my season. The only thing you mention is Barcelona. I knew that would come. You're giving me a stupid grin now. I don't know. Yeah, it's part of racing in the end. You live and learn. The championship is one of 24 rounds. I've also had a lot of early Christmas presents given to me in the second half, so you can also question that. 4 months later, this week... Oh, Reem, do you want to play the role of Max?
Sure.
Okay, but I need you to give me some Dutch venom, yes?
Oh, I don't know how to do a Dutch accent.
I just meant, like, give it some chutzpah.
Oh, okay. 1 second.
You got one word in and break.
1 second. I'm not speaking before he's leaving.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Because of the question last year?
Yeah.
You want me to leave?
Yeah.
Just because of the question I asked you in Abu Dhabi?
Yeah.
About why you...
Yeah.
Why have you taken so long to say that next line?
Never go into acting.
About why you...
Yeah.
About Spain?
Get out.
You really, really that upset about it?
Get out. Get out. Yeah.
You made yourself awkward. You didn't get the laugh you were hoping for.
No, because she copied it from you about 3 minutes ago.
But I was re-emphasizing it.
Yeah. Anyway, after the journalist left the session, Max added, "Now we can start."
Damn, sassy queen.
Sassy
Fair enough,
queen.
though.
Max says it wasn't about the question itself, but about Giles laughing in his face while asking it, calling it a massive lack of respect. And Giles Richards responded saying that he'd interviewed Max around a dozen times, all of them friendly and good-humoured, and that within 2 hours of the story breaking, someone had traced down his email to send abuse.
Damn.
Next headline! Mercedes' front wing had everyone in a frenzy. Turns out it was just a mistake.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
A video from China showed Kimi Antonelli's front wing doing something it wasn't supposed to do. It was transitioning between modes too slowly and outside of the 400 millisecond window that the regulations allow, but the FIA discussed it with Mercedes and accepted the explanation, which was that it was a miscalculation of hydraulic pressure. Mercedes fixed it immediately and convinced them there was nothing sketchy going on. But George Russell wasn't impressed with the scrutiny, saying, "I don't think that's quite right. Everybody's trying to slow us down, especially when you're 2 races in." Meanwhile, Toto had already warned the political knives, and the knives were very much out.
Mm-hmm. I've got a conspiracy.
I feel like you always have a fucking conspiracy. Have you got any fact?
I love a conspiracy.
You got any facts?
Conspiracy is. It's the year of the horse.
Did you say the word pussy in that sentence?
No.
What
She
did
said
you say?
conspiracy is.
Oh, got you. Sorry, I think you said the pussy is the year of the horse.
Why?
I don't know why you said. I was just clarifying.
Think about context.
Well, I'm a fact checker.
No, I'm going to give my conspiracy after the pole lap.
Okay.
Well, that's it. Drink.
Yep.
Almost like you could have mentioned it after talking about the pole lap. The 2026 regulations are still a mess, and the FIA is making it up as they go.
Pretty much.
Ahead of qualifying in Japan, the FIA lowered the permitted energy recharge limit from 9 kilojoules to 8 in a bid to reduce super clipping. Do you remember, darling, what super clipping is?
It's
like a version-
super clipping. Fernando hates these cars. He can't be fucking off. He kinda getting over it.
It's a version of Lift and Coast.
Why are you making your eyes all squinty like you don't really believe what you're saying?
I need to verify.
In 2026, the battery drains so fast that drivers have to lift off the throttle to recharge it, which looks slow and unnatural. Super clipping is the fix. The car recharges whilst the driver is still flat out by quietly diverting the engine power into the battery instead of the wheels. The catch is the car loses speed while doing it, so you're flat out but slower than you should be.
So what I said.
Not really.
So you verify it's correct.
No.
What I said's correct.
And it's a version of mine.
And we're all living a version of the truth, I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect for a news segment.
Fernando Alonso had a baby this week.
Yeah.
Flew to Japan overnight with zero sleep and still got in the car. What a daddy.
Okay.
Fernando and his partner, Melissa...
Taylor Swift.
Whoa. Is that your conspiracy?
Conspiracy.
Yeah.
Okay. Fernando and his partner, Melissa Jimenez, welcomed their first child together on Wednesday. Melissa is a Spanish sports journalist and DAZN F1 presenter, which means she covers the sport that her boyfriend races in.
What a cute meet cute.
I know.
Does
Pillow
that make
talk.
her reporting unbiased?
Yeah.
No. Does that make her reporting biased?
No.
But she's got a conflict of interest.
But he's in an Aston Martin car. What is
Yeah.
she
I know.
gonna
So what if
say?
she's reporting on how bad Aston Martin's done, and maybe Alonso makes a mistake? Do you really think she's going to be like, yeah, no, he fucked up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I don't know. I feel like if Reem suddenly miraculously was dating Sainz, she would never have a bad word to say.
I'm not a sports journalist. I can be subjective on this podcast.
I don't think Carlos Sainz is very good.
How fucking dare you? To be fair though, in 2026 he's a bit shit.
Okay.
Feelings were hurt in this segment.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's meant to be a news segment. Can you guys pipe down? Let me go on with the fucking news. Fucking hell, you don't get this on BBC. Their relationship first became public in May 2023 when Fernando was photographed with a fan and eagle-eyed people spotted Melissa lurking in the background of the photo.
Stalker.
There was also an F1 detail buried into this story. Back in 2013, Alonso dated Lara Alvarez, who was a motorsport presenter at the time. The two eventually broke off their engagement. Melissa later joined the same DAZN motorsport team that Laura had worked for. Fernando is now having a baby with her. It's not drama, it's just that Fernando has a type. And it's DAZN F1 female presenters.
Evidently.
And I think that that's a bit weird, but it's also just fact. I just thought I'd say it. He stayed in Europe for the birth, missed Media Day and FP1, and rightly so, and then flew through the night, landed in Japan Friday morning, jet-lagged, and then got in a car so violent with vibrations in his hand that they go numb, and he still did FP2. And he told DAZN, his partner's employer, fortunately it went well both for the mum and for the baby. A super happy, very special moment.
Oh,
Cute.
Daddy Stroll sets record straight. Cycling through 14 principles in 5 years was absolutely, definitely 100% by design. Lawrence Stroll has moved to shut down speculation that Aston Martin are about to hire Jonathan Wheatley as team principal by explaining that not having a team principal is, in fact, a carefully considered strategic choice and not at all the result of burning through Otmar Zafnar, Mike Crack, and Andy Cowell in quick succession. Andy Cowell was most recently shuffled sideways into a newly invented Chief Strategy Officer role once it became clear that Adrian Newey, who joined in March 2025, was the team's real figurehead. Adrian then reluctantly picked up the team principal title too, on the basis that much wouldn't change, though he couldn't quite make it to the last race in China. Before settling on Adrian as their man, Aston Martin had also been linked with Christian Horner, who is the former Red Bull boss, Mattia Binotto, who's the former Ferrari boss, which does really suggest a very confident, very deliberate plan all along. Jonathan Wheatley, who has just left Audi with immediate effect, in circumstances entirely unrelated to any of this, is familiar with working beneath a layer of senior authority, having operated under Mattia Binotto there, which is handy given that whoever does eventually take the Aston Martin job, purely hypothetically, would find real power firmly lodged above them with Adrian Newey and Stroll. Lawrence's statement issued 15 minutes after Audi announced Jonathan's departure, and making absolutely no mention of Jonathan should clear everything up very nicely. Confusion!
Yeah. I mean, so the official release about Jonathan Wheatley said that he was leaving for personal reasons. I'm sad.
Same.
Yes,
I thought he was brilliant.
I
Kick Sauber.
I really like Jonathan
Yeah,
Wheatley. I
like-
like the way he speaks. I like the way he operates his team. I think he's a good egg.
And we really sung his praises on Red Flags and White Lies,
Yeah.
especially when you look at him in comparison to someone like Flavio Briatore and the sort of culture differences between Alpine and Sauber. So I'm quite sad to see him go.
yeah.
We
Same.
glazed him.
Sure.
That's what the young people
Like
say.
a donut.
Sure.
Yeah, like if you're like praising someone, you say like, I glazed him, man.
Right. 6-7. Let's go.
Yeah. Hey. Let's get into the hot lap. The highlights from the Japanese Grand Prix qualifying session, all done and dusted quicker than you can say. Qualifying is so long and boring. I have plans on a Saturday. I wish someone would summarise really quickly for me. Don't you worry. In Q1, Ferrari got themselves into the mix early as Leclerc went fastest and Hamilton third. The first to go out in Q1 were Albon, Behrman, Perez, Bottas, Alonso and Stroll. Shock. But Behrman was the surprise. He qualified 12th and 10th in the previous 2 races. Russell was also reporting oversteer throughout, which is not a great sign for the race. The raid of the session went to Albon, who after being slower than his teammate Carlos Sainz, your man's, and knocked out in Q1, asked his engineer where he lost time. The engineer replied, "You probably don't want to know, but you can probably guess." And Albon replied saying, "Yes, I can complain for 3 races in a row that there's something wrong, but I'm sure it's just my driving style." Yikes. In Q2, Verstappen was hovering around 10th, just about surviving, and then rookie Arvid Lindblad went out and knocked him out. Max's radio afterwards was, "The car is completely undrivable. It just keeps jumping on the corners," which is not the first time we've heard Max unhappy with his 2026 Red Bull. And it's also worth noting that Sainz made it out of Q1 for the first time this season with Williams, so don't call him shit, which given where the team has been this season is actually quite a genuine positive. Q3 got underway and Antonelli went quickest on his first run, locked up at the hairpin at his final lap and couldn't be beaten even with that. He managed pole by 3/10, Russell went second, Piastri third, Leclerc fourth after a snap of understeer cost him at his final lap, Norris fifth, Hamilton sixth, who was shown the black and white flag for driving unnecessarily slowly at the pit exit because he was. So your official top 10 tomorrow is Antonelli, Russell, Piastri, Leclerc, Norris, Hamilton, Gasly, Hadjar, Bortoletto, Lindblad.
Nice.
Lindblad, you know.
He's still impressing.
He's a Lindbladdy. He's too young. What am I saying? I can't say that. That's disgusting. Sorry.
So my conspiracy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I have my conspiracy, if you would like to venture into the conspiracy cave with me, girl.
Ooh, okay.
So I've seen online people...
That was a fun hand movement that nobody saw apart from us. It was like a twinkly little Christmas light.
I've seen online people speculating that F1/FOM/Liberty Media, whoever else, are sort of lying about Mercedes specifically and their speed on the telemetry. Now,
the graphics on
the graphics that we see on screen.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you know how when you're looking at the onboard footage of like a car and it has like the little cool graphic where it tells you their speed and like how much throttle they're using and how much brakes they're using.
It goes across the halo on their car. It has like a graphic overlay and it shows you that.
Can you see it in your mind's eye?
Do you want me to get a picture?
Potentially.
Do you want me
Pull up a pic.
potentially?
You either do or you don't.
Hater, is it? What do you mean potentially? Like I could conjure it up, I don't fucking want to. That.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so it was in one of the first 2 races of the year where there's a picture and it's showing one of the Mercedes speeds on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it says 325 or something as like the speed that the car is going at. And it shows that, you know, they're full throttle at that point. So they're going at that speed when they've got their foot fully down on the accelerator going full speed. And then there's another clip where someone has shown it. And I think it was during qualifying that this clip is from. And there's another screenshot that people have taken where it's the exact same driver and all of that. And it says 325 as the speed in the middle. But it shows full brakes.
Oh.
So that's their speed apparently when they're braking. And people are basically saying that they're fudging the numbers either to lie about Mercedes' speed or to make the cars look like they're going fast when they're actually not. Or maybe
to cover up the super clipping that's happening.
Or to cover up the super clipping, exactly. And the reason I bring up the super clipping now is because after the qualifying session that we just had with Antonelli getting pole position, they share the onboard of the driver throughout the whole of the whole of their quali lap. But for some reason, apparently some of his footage has gone missing.
Yeah, I have seen something about that.
Yeah, so they cut to like a wide angle of him. And people are like, what's going on? Why don't they want us to see this specific angle of his car or whatever? So there's some conspiracies that maybe the broadcasters are lying to us a little bit.
Well, there is actually a feed on Autosport that says, is FOM manipulating telemetry data on the TV feed to not show the F1 cars clipping? It has 1 vote by somebody in the community and it's 1 star. But apparently...
So it must be legit.
Yeah, apparently, sorry. every time the car starts to experience clipping in China, the telemetry freezes at the top speeds and stays constant at that level.
Yeah.
And someone said, oh dear.
Yeah.
The next person said, this formula is already broken.
Mm-hmm.
The next person said, it's a glitch. And someone else said, soon enough they can just AI generate the whole thing and be fucking done with it. And the next person said, title thread is misleading, basically a personal opinion. So we know who voted it 1 star, don't we?
Yes, we do.
That's all I have to add.
Yeah, it's a conspiracy.
It's a conspiracy. But
I think I have to agree with the glitch person. Well, not the person that's a glitch.
What? This isn't Wreck-It Ralph, dickhead. What are you on about?
The person who commented that it's a glitch.
Got you. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. I think the regulations are slightly in the bin. I think it has legs.
legs.
Look at all the hours of data and stuff I've just put together with that feed I've told you about. That thread.
It has legs.
It has legs.
It's gone on at a consistent rate now, and all of the teams rely on the data. Why is it suddenly that the data's messing up with super
But what's the
clipping?
purpose?
To make us think the regulations are better than they are.
Well, people already don't think they're good.
Oh, when I scrolled out, people are really against this. No, I don't think it's true.
I don't think they're that manipulative or care to
I
be that
agree.
manipulative.
Girl Cash is king.
It's just a girl
people are
cash is
gonna-
king.
People are gonna pay.
Oh, sorry.
People are gonna pay for the sport anyway. I don't think it matters.
No, I'm just saying, I think it has legs.
I don't know. I just think it's a.
But then again, I do love a conspiracy theory. I think
Yes,
most
you
of them
really
have legs.
do.
I know, but like, there's
You didn't
like,
land on the moon, America.
Oh,
yeah, but I don't agree with you saying the Earth is flat.
it's too far.
We went for a hike, and you said like, I can see why people think that the Earth is flat.
I think wasn't it you that said that?
No, that was you that said that.
That was you that said that.
It was you.
It was you.
Because you were looking out from one of the cliffs and you're like, see, it's flat.
I can see the Eiffel Tower from here.
And then you nearly lost my hat.
But I got it.
Were you on the hike with us? Why are you saying that?
Seven Sisters. Remember the wind blew and her cap literally
Oh,
flew off
yes!
my head to the edge of
Yes!
the cliff? And it was
And to what Nav thinks, the edge of the world.
Sharks aren't real.
What? Sharks aren't real. Do you know what? Do you know what kind of fish I would want to be? A sunfish.
The fuck is a
fuck
A
sunfish?
sunfish are one of the stupidest fishes in the whole world. I'll show you a photo.
I'm definitely a piranha.
Look, sunfishes can have big fucking things eating it and it continues to live with chunks missing out of it.
What the fuck?
I know, it's one of the stupid... Look at this. Look at this doofy-ass motherfucker. Look at it. Oh my god, I clicked on Facebook. Oh my god, fuck. Oh my god, I'm like a fucking boomer. Jesus Christ. Look.
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'd be a goldfish.
Agreed. Hard agree. Yeah, look, they just float around. Like, look at the massive chunk of that. It's just,
Oh my gosh.
Listen, if anybody here, any Grand Prixers that are listening right now, and you don't know how stupid a sunfish looks, even just by design, its fins are on its bum. It makes no sense. Just Google it. It's stupid as hell. Stupid as fucking fish. Did someone ask me that, or have I just told you that? I've actually forgotten. Have I? Sorry.
As a result of Nav saying sharks and twins.
Oh yeah! Is that a conspiracy? Sharks are real.
I think they're robots.
I give to you Jaws.
They're dolphins in disguise.
They're what? They're
Dolphins in disguise.
They're straight dolphins. You laughed like you sort of forgot who I was then. You looked a bit awkward when you laughed. Is it because you actually believe that?
No.
Okay. Sorry.
Should we move on from conspiracies? Should we get to the race?
Actually, before we do that,
Uh-huh.
we've been vulnerable with you. I've said that I'd be a sunfish.
Uh-huh.
She said a piranha.
Did you?
I definitely said I'd be a piranha.
A piranha? Nav, you have a soft centre. That... I guess that tracks.
That was the sound of my
But
teeth.
I think you're a beautiful woman. I don't think you piranhas are clapped.
Are they?
Well, they're not exactly. What do you mean?
Oh, I've never seen a piranha. I probably wouldn't be here if I did. Ew, I'm not a piranha!
You did the teeth noise multiple times. That's crazy. crazy. Oh my God. When Nav gets told that the Earth isn't flat.
Oh my God. Look at that one.
Oh my God. Look at
When Nav
that.
gives you side eye.
That does look like my side eye.
That does look like your side eye.
No, I am Gil from Finding Nemo, because he was a bit mysterious, wasn't he?
I forgot you had a massive scar across your face and a little amputee hand.
Yeah, I'm Gil. He was
Okay.
mysterious. He had a backstory.
Love that.
You knew his name, not his story.
That's actually that is true.
That's me.
Well, then
You cry at nature documentaries.
It's because I don't like watching the animals die.
You're not Gil. You're just not Gil.
but then you need to pick something other than sunfish, because the
No.
sunfish is capped.
A sunfish has an inner charisma. Oh my God, I can't even talk.
It's because the part of your brain that forms word has been eaten.
Your ring chomped a bit out of my head. No, I think that the sunfish has a certain charisma and a bit of a cult love. And I think that
Love, we didn't know who it was.
you're not part of the cult, are you then, you fucking idiot?
I went through a phase where I was a hammerhead shark.
What? What was that a sentence? What?
You sound like a Warhammer kid the way you just said that sentence, by the way. Like, no hate to Warhammer kids, but that was a really weird sentence. That's like, there's a boy in my year wasn't used to. He thought he was a vampire. He used to go to the I was about to say the barbers. Butchers. He used to go to the butchers and ask for blood, and he used to drink it in school.
Pig's blood.
Yeah.
Ew.
I saw him at the post office the other day, and I thought, you'd get fucking away from me.
Just to go back, this started with me saying I had a hammerhead shark face.
That's what you said.
I said I had a hammerhead shark face.
I know about it. I've seen the physical photo evidence. Nav looked like a hammerhead shark. She overplucked her eyebrows, bless her.
Yeah, I made the gap in the middle way too big.
Oh.
Honestly?
I was like proper hammerhead shark.
Like,
No. Yeah.
you don't realise that you could be like a handful of hairs away from looking like an animal.
Yeah.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Should we try and get back to F1?
Yeah.
Okay, just before we get into the race, have we all decided what fish we are? Gil from Finding Nemo, a goldfish, sunfish.
Mm-hmm. But when I was a teenager, I was a hammerhead shark. I transitioned.
Let's get into the race.
We have a new person leading the Drivers' Championship.
And it's Kimi Antonelli. Sorry, I was going to say his middle
Kimi
name.
Antonelli.
Kimi.
He turned Italian.
No, I
Give
know.
me-
Can you just give me a minute? Kimi enter his championship era, Nelly. Oh, you should have talked over me, bro.
Should you hype yourself up too much?
Yeah, you're actually so right. That's on me.
Mhm.
Well, Kimi Antonelli has clinched a second consecutive Grand Prix victory.
He's on a roll.
He really
Literally.
is. I also loved that this time when he went up on the podium, he went up with so much more confidence than he did.
because they
for the
actually
Chinese-
said his name this
Yeah.
time.
Well, yes, that's true.
He knew he was meant to be there.
But like the first time was really emotional because that was his first ever win. Second time it's like, I'm leading the drivers' championship.
Did you see that, Nav?
No.
No, I didn't see Kimi Antonelli say, I'm leading the championship.
No, I said the
all about
energy.
me.
Oh, gotcha. It's all about me.
I personally loved that George wasn't also on the podium.
Yeah.
Because how embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
He was being a bit of a Karen, I can't lie.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
As always.
Well, because we're always evolving here at Grand Prix, I decided to take race notes, but also my real-time opinions.
Oh.
And some of the things that I wrote down was, when he said, unbelievable, because he pitted a lap before
It's giving
the safety
Alonso.
car.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I said, George Karen Russell is not a happy Easter bunny.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great.
Would you like another line? Because I that one created so much discussion. George is on the radio non-stop, acting like he has been endlessly hard done by, and then gets overtaken by Unc Hamilton. Nice.
Your 6 a.m. thoughts are wonderful.
Third one, there was hope of a total Karen meltdown from George as he randomly lost power and the place to Charles Leclerc, but he seems fine now.
Oh.
Why show Kimi driving on his own when George and Charles were battling for the final podium place?
With you.
Thank you.
He was like 14 seconds ahead when he was
14 seconds ahead.
when he was crossing the line.
Yeah,
We didn't
literally.
need to see his final lap. We
Yeah.
needed
Also,
to see
he's
the actual
driving-
battles.
He's just driving, like, if you're driving an F1 car, especially these 2026 ones, and you're not battling someone, it just looks like you're going for a Sunday drive. Cut back to Karen Russell and Charles Leclerc and them battling.
No, I'm
That's
with
just
you.
common sense, isn't it? This has got to change. This is the one thing in the world that needs to change, is the fucking camera work at FOM. I think I'm talking on behalf of everybody. Okay.
Great.
Did you say you're in Greece?
Well, that needs to change. We're doing a recording, love.
I said agreed.
I thought it was quite funny that George has the fastest car on the grid and didn't get a podium.
I
The
agree.
fuck is he doing?
Literally. Okay, let's talk about it, shall we? I have some talking points.
Ooh.
George's weekend was a lesson in how quickly things can unravel, I think.
Uh-huh.
Without the safety car in Japan or the qualifying mechanical issue in China, he would probably have won both of these two races in
Yeah.
China and Japan. But in Japan, he was mugged by Lewis on the race safety car restart.
Yeah.
Because you know what Lewis said when he went by? He said, "Give me your lunch money!" And George said, "Oh." Then suffered a deployment issue as Charles swept past him for third in what was described as the easiest overtake of the race. The execution wasn't great, and the championship lead is now gone. So Japan was a massive loss for George, however you look at it.
Yeah.
I think this will keep happening, though, throughout the season. I think those two are just going to keep trading positions at the top of the championship board.
Yeah.
I'm not being funny as well. Like, one of the Daily Prick headlines was about how everybody was, like, coming for Mercedes to see if it was hit the front wing was illegal.
Yeah.
The week before, he was calling Ferrari selfish and silly for them not wanting to vote with the supermajority for the race starts.
Yeah.
Then as soon as Mercedes have a fucking problem with their wing, he's like, I think it's pretty nasty that everyone's trying to slow us down.
Uh-huh.
I think it's pretty rude. Everybody, we worked really hard. Just leave us alone. Like, leave Brittany alone. And now he's had a poo race and he was, like, vexed on the radio.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, I get that he's frustrated, but we heard from the coverage that
Yes.
apparently Mercedes on their side were a bit like, oh my
Yeah.
God, shut up.
Not again.
Fucking Ray, we don't care about it, man. Because I have race notes, I'll let you know.
Ooh.
He said, I think I'm going to lose a lot of race time extending. That was his first thing, because, you know, he loves talking about his thing. Wow, our luck these last two races. And then Toto came back saying, George, see what we can do from here. Yeah, super unlucky. And then
I found that so uncalled for, though. The our luck those last two races, knowing Kimi has just won a race.
But I think he's saying our luck is in to his side of the garage.
I'm not being funny. I do get it. I get that for George, he's most likely going to win this championship
Yeah.
this year. But I mean, you're on your third race
Yeah.
of the year.
Yeah, sim
Like,
simmer.
shut up. Who's got the keys to my bim bimmer? Thank you. But he then said to his engineer, can you confirm Kimi is in the place that we had trained? And the engineer said, not sure, George.
Yeah.
Not sure, George. You know, it's like when someone's at work is like, are you doing it the way that the manager said? Are you doing it the old way? And you say, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know and I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
So that's basically on the safety car restart, they would have done like training on like where to like shoot off again from a safety car restart. So he was trying to ask his race engineer, like, is Kimi gonna like launch off again from the place we agreed, so that he basically wouldn't get caught sleeping on
Yeah.
the safety car restart, so that he would have a good launch in comparison to like the Ferrari and the McLaren that he was surrounded by. He wasn't given that information and was caught sleeping on the safety car restart because the people around him had a better start than he did.
The thing is, like, he probably is the number one driver. in Mercedes, and they're definitely going to be prioritizing him for the championship this year.
I don't know that
Kim
they
is-
will.
I think they would for the sake of team politics. Because
I think
Kim
they
is
will
so-
wait until the halfway point, see what the standings are looking like, and then make a decision from there.
I
They're
don't
very
know.
closely matched.
I don't know. I think they might, for the sake of team politics, or at least my theory is that they will end up prioritizing him. But they might stop doing that if he continues to act this way. And I think he needs to remember, like, Lando Norris won last year's championship, but Lando Norris won Australia, and then it took him all the way until Miami, I think, for him to win the next race. And it was Oscar Piastri leading for that entire period. And then things changed later on. But Lando had a bit more patience. Yes, they had like some drama between the season, but he seemed to have a lot more patience than George has currently. And
Yeah.
you're right, it is only the third race this season. He needs
Yep.
to just like back off.
Yeah.
You mentioned an Australian driver just a second ago, didn't you?
Daniel Ricciardo. Oscar Piastri.
God, what a teacher's pet. Yeah, Daniel Ricciardo was This was Oscar's first race of the 2026 season.
Yes.
Didn't he show up full of
Didn't he
beans?
show- Well, after his Australia crash was ended in, disaster, and then the China retirement, where he just didn't start, he led over a third of the Grand Prix and was genuinely threatening an unlikely win in the prepared
Yes.
car. He
A
managed
car
to...
that Lando, reigning champion, has not been making look as fast as Piastri was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also Lando said that he had limited running time in the Friday practice sessions in Japan this week, so he felt that he was slightly on the back foot compared to Oscar, who seemed a lot more on the pace.
No, but I mean, like, Lando wasn't making the McLaren car look very impressive, and suddenly Oscar's in a race and he's getting podium.
Yeah, fair.
If you haven't had much running and you haven't had the race data, where do McLaren go? Do you know what I mean? Like, they've got to try and get some more races in. So this would have been a great opportunity for them. I think Oscar did a fantastic job. I think they both did, actually.
And he said it was one of his favourite races that he's done.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And he seemed to have a sense of humor about the whole not being able to do the first two races of the season. Like in the interviews and everything, he didn't seem really pissed off. I mean, he's probably feeling pissed off and very frustrated because it's a very hard thing to go from being third in the championship to not being able to start the first two races of the season.
Yeah.
But he seemed very chilled out and he had a sense of humor about it. And I think that's a very good headspace to be in because he's taking it as, okay, I've still got the rest of the season to show up for myself. So, yeah, it was
Well,
nice
yeah.
to see him that way.
That's true, because he actually managed to hold George behind him for 22 laps.
Pretty
Despite that Mercedes having much stronger pace, which raises the real question of whether he could have done the same to Kimi in the second stint. But unfortunately, we won't know because the safety car handed Kimi the lead and that was that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in a weird way, I do think second place must have felt a little bit like a robbery to Oscar Piastri.
Yeah.
We don't know. So we'll have to see next race out in Miami and see if that ends up being the case. But I saw an article that was about Dr. Helmut Marko, former talent advisor and man for Red Bull, right? And he was saying, oh, it's actually going to be McLaren that take the fight to Mercedes. And I was thinking, lad, you're watching the fucking telly. You're not on the fucking races. I can get back home, will you, Grandad? And I thought, that's a fucking stupid thing to say. But now that I've seen Japan, Dr. Helmut Marko's kind of onto something because the Ferraris didn't seem as red hot
No.
as they normally do.
No,
They looked
they
maybe
didn't.
more of a, what's a good colour that sort of represents their pace? Maybe a sort of a sun-faded coral.
But I mean, Charles still ended up getting a podium.
Okay, maybe a brighter coral.
Yeah. I don't know if it was that Ferrari was less competitive this race. I think it was just that Ferrari was the only team actually competing with Mercedes for the past two races.
Yeah.
And everyone else was way behind. I mean, even Ollie Behrman, who was in 5th for the last race, he was still like a good, I think, 15 seconds behind
Yeah, he was far
the
out.
Ferrari driver. So it was just between them. So it was really nice seeing McLaren being able to be a competitor as well.
Yeah, it's true.
Just like
Potentially a 3-horse race.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, because all the rest are just completely behind.
Even with like the race starts Ferrari have always had their thing be... Always had. It's been 3 races.
Historically.
Ferrari's thing this season so far has been that their race starts are basically where they make up their positions.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're so much better than everyone else. But Piastri's race start was incredible.
Well, this is a point.
Antonelli's, however. Ugh.
Mercedes' race starts is a problem that is refusing to go away.
Yeah.
Because if we look at it, for the 3rd consecutive Grand Prix, because we've only had 3, Mercedes lost the lead at the start. So Kimi spun his wheels on the pole position launch and fell back to 6th, which is
Yeah.
fucking bad. And then George dropped to 4th from 2nd. Oscar took the lead before they'd even reached turn 1. So it seems that the Mercedes car is fast enough to recover it every time, but that won't always be the case as the
Yeah.
teams keep developing. And it's one of the consistent weaknesses in an otherwise dominant package.
Yeah.
I mean, they really have to hope that for the rest of the season, Mercedes never ever fuck up qualifying, and that at least one of them always qualifies in pole, because otherwise they're fucked.
That is true.
Say Lewis or Charles get pole position and they have those incredible race starts, it will be very hard for George or Kimi to catch up with them for the rest of the race.
But I kind of want to see it. I
So-
want to
Yeah.
see
Yeah,
what
yeah.
the Ferraris can do from a
I
launch
want to see
off the start.
all of these different variables.
Same.
Like, we're just not having the opportunity to see them.
That is true. But you actually mentioned a young Ollie Behrman.
Yeah.
We need to talk about him.
Yeah.
Ollie Behrman obviously was the car that triggered the safety car during today's Grand Prix. The single biggest talking point of the weekend was Ollie's crash. He was approaching Spoon Corner at 308 kilometres per hour when the gap to Franco Colapinto's Alpine closed at 45 kilometres out of nowhere, a direct result of the two cars being on completely different energy deployment strategies, such as the fucking regulations of these cars. He lost control, went sideways over the grass, back across the track and hit the barrier around 50 Gs.
Yeah.
He hobbled out with a bruised knee and was incredibly lucky that it wasn't any fucking worse. But the FIA has since confirmed crunch meetings in April to look at the energy management rules, but drivers have been warning this exact type of incident was coming all season, and it's now forcing everyone to start looking at this a bit
Yeah.
closer.
Carlos Sainz had quite a lot to say.
He
Yeah.
did. A man with
My mans.
a man with integrity, I notice.
I mean, the poor kid, like, he was limping
Yeah.
when he was
Yeah.
coming out of his car. It was so sad to see. And, I mean, from the start of the season, there's been whispers about the safety risks of these regulations. And
This is the first time we've actually seen it.
Yes, but it shouldn't take actually having to see it on screen and having it affect one of the drivers for them to look into it.
Yeah.
They
true.
should have been looking into it from the first time one of the drivers has raised concerns. So, I mean, thankfully, it's not nothing serious for Ollie Behrman, but it's still a very horrible sight to see.
He has got, however, a right knee contusion,
What's a contusion?
commonly known as a bruise. Oh. Sorry.
Poor Ollie! No, actually, poor Ollie.
Yeah, no, sorry. The article said contusion, so I thought I'd say it because I thought it was like a fracture or something. And then I googled it and I clicked on the tab and then it was like, oh, commonly known as a bruise. It's just
Well,
the
I hope he ices it at home.
same.
Get some arnica.
Yeah, I hope someone he loves kisses it better with consent, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Anyway,
Well, he's got a month for it to get better
Yeah.
because
That
we haven't
is
got any
true.
racing in the whole of April.
gulp. Sorry, that was hoe coded. What are you doing?
We need to fill out 4 weeks worth of content.
But
Got
don't
you.
worry, we
Yeah.
sat and had a coffee and made our plan. We're
We
good.
did,
And it's quite an exciting plan. I'm
it's
looking
quite an
forward to it.
exciting list of things. Here's a little hint: something will be going under our lips.
Which ones?
Yeah, we're gonna have an F1 driver sex toy review. We'll pick out different sex toys that remind us of drivers. You guys don't know. They haven't got a clue. Max Verstappen. Humiliate. Oh, sorry, what was that?
Just a bit of a sigh of frustration.
Oh, you sort of made it sound like you were sort of remembering the summer you both shared once.
Yeah, when he kicked me out.
Oh, did he?
I was a journalist.
That bit.
I was a journalist once.
So you're gonna say that baby's actually mine. This was Max's circuit.
Was.
Yeah. He's taken pole and one hit 4 years in succession.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Sorry. Hit show Succession.
It's a good show.
It is a good show. This time, he didn't even make it to Q3.
No.
And his rookie teammate, Isaac Hadjar, qualified 8th. And in the race, it got fucking worse. He spent lap after lap stuck behind Pierre Gasly's Alpine.
Alpine's are speedy.
Well, I have another head.
Alpine is speedy.
Yeah,
Just
and I have
Oliver just scored a point last race.
And points mean...
Prizes.
Well done.
Thank
I'm
you.
surprised you remember that from last season.
I know, me too.
What do DRS mean? Hello? Hello?
I'm leaving this whole pause in.
Yeah, hello? Can you talk about our Lord and Saviour, DRS?
Drag reduction system.
Well
done.
Thank you.
He was unable to find a way past, eventually finishing 8th with a car he said felt like he was driving without power steering.
There was a clip where his car started to shut down and Pierre passed him and he just waved.
Yeah, I
And
saw
thought
that.
It was so funny.
I saw that. But it was quite a manic wave, wasn't it?
Yes, he's losing his actual mind. It was like, yeah, just pass me too, I guess.
I quite like his zero fucks energy.
Yeah.
Alpine are ahead of Red Bull Racing in the constructors' standings.
Oi, that's bad.
You went so fucking right. Oi, that's crazy, you know.
That's a mad thing.
That's a mad thing, Bev. They're on the same points, but they've overtaken them.
That's crazy.
That's actually really bad. I think 50% of this podcast, by the way, is just wheezing.
Yeah, I agree.
That's crazy.
Thank you. That's all I was asking for.
No, that's actually so bad.
He's also questioning his future.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Whoa, hey.
She's
Sorry.
finally alive. and with
Literally,
us.
finally engaged in this fucking conversation. Max hates these regulations,
Yeah.
with a burning passion. He's been calling it mushroom mode, like Mario Kart, because the cars randomly get speed boost depending on their battery state. He thinks that F1 has gone too far down the electrification road and wants it reversed entirely. He stopped being...
I1 doesn't get.
That's what
That
I'm
is
saying,
true.
bro. Like,
That's true.
Listen, we all have to go to work. Do I like some of the things at my workplace? Well, I don't know if they listen. I do, if they are. I got really scared just then. He's openly admitted that he needs to figure out his future, saying that he was weighing up whether or not it was worth it. And when asked about his motivation after the race, his head dropped and he said, "Every day I wake up and convince myself again. And I try." I think that's beautiful. And his father, Joss, has publicly said that he has fears that Max will lose motivation entirely. But there's a situation with his contract that's kind of interesting.
Oh, as always.
He is under contract until 2028, but he does have exit clauses based on Red Bull's competitiveness. We've spoken about this last year too.
Yeah.
Specifically, if he isn't in the top 2 of the championship by a certain date, he can walk. He's currently 9th on 12 points, whilst Kimi Antonelli is on 72 points in first.
Oh.
Damn, son.
But do we talk about the great summer of 2025 when he was 104 points away?
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Yeah,
but he
but-
needs to have a good car for that.
But if he wanted to walk now, he knows that there is a very, very, very good chance of him getting into the best car on the grid.
But is the door still open for him?
Yes.
They've now got George, who would potentially most likely be the driver as champion this year. They've also got Kimi, who's an incredible driver, who's got so much potential.
I don't think Kimi's at risk.
Kimi's not
No.
at risk. And if
But
they're
would they-
already saying that they're fucking fed up with George's moaning and whining on the radios in one race, like,
Speculation.
But there was a lot of, like, George took a lot of time last year to then sign the contract with Mercedes, even after Max confirmed that he was staying with Red Bull. And I feel like part of his contract, because they put him through this whole, maybe we'll keep you, but we're going to prioritize Max if he says yes. I feel like part of his contract would say that he needs to stay, or they would have had to sign him for a few years.
I think you're assuming he has more power than he does.
I think he gained the power by doing the whole back and forth game last year.
No, I think that was all just gameplay. Like, you kept me waiting, I'll keep you waiting.
I don't know. I think there's more to it. I don't think the door is easily as open to Max now.
I don't think Toto would be stupid
year.
enough to close that door.
You can't close the door. He's a 4-time world champion. We all saw what Max did last season. It was a feat of fucking brilliance.
And Toto has wanted Max since he was first getting into the sport and
True.
wasn't able to get him back then.
True.
And then tried getting him last year and then wasn't able to because Max wouldn't walk. Like, ultimately, if Max decides he will walk, Toto will want to be the one that gets him.
I just feel like
there's flirting and there's spending time on a boat with another driver that you haven't signed.
Mm-hmm.
It's emotional cheating.
I just feel like it's more likely for Max to take a break from F1.
Like a sabbatical?
I don't think he'd fully retire, rather than him join Mercedes. I don't know. I think it would be crazy for Mercedes to get rid of George this year if he were to win a drivers' championship.
Well, a sabbatical is an interesting premise.
Ooh.
He has until October to decide, and apparently, rather than a full retirement, he can actually take a sabbatical, race elsewhere, spend time with his family, help raise his daughter, and potentially return to F1 if the rules change enough to bring him back.
Yeah. I feel like that's what he will most likely end up doing.
I don't think he can help himself.
But also, what's he going to do if Mercedes then, if they end up doing the whole test about the, what was the thing called?
The compression ratio
The
hot
compression ratio hot test, and Mercedes gets fucked over by that.
Well,
and
then
then
obviously he wouldn't go.
Okay, but that's why I think, like, you know, Mercedes currently seems like an amazing option for him, but that could easily change in a few months' time.
I think Merc have got this in the bag.
Yeah.
They really know their shit when it comes to engines and chassis and these sorts of regulations.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see him going to Mercedes. I see him more likely to take that sabbatical than go to Mercedes.
Put your money where your mouth is.
Oh, okay. I bet you £1.
I'll make it more interesting that you have to actually give them money.
Hey.
Oh, you do? Can make it a tenner.
Tenner.
£10.
Mm-hmm. 10 great British pounds.
Okay.
You haven't laid out the bet.
Oh, I think he'll go to Mercedes.
I think
by the end of the year, you're not going to put it on when. Just by the end of the year.
By the end of the year, Max will be announced for Mercedes.
Okay.
I think he'll if he continues.
No. There are no ifs and buts in a bet. Clear terms, please.
Mine is kind of based on performance.
Mm-hmm.
If he continues to underperform this year and Red Bull has no improvements, I think he'll take a sabbatical.
Okay, so £10 on he either moves to Mercedes or takes a sabbatical by the end of the year.
Yes.
Based on performance. Because if Red Bull ends up doing amazingly throughout the rest of the season, I don't think he's going to leave at all.
I recognise that Max isn't happy, but I also think, like, this is kind of what's happening now, baby. Like, you know, yeah, there are parts of these regulations that kind of suck ass a little bit, but, you know, we've got to just get on with it. It's not going to change for a long time. It was a big overhaul. So,
and he's a racer. He can't help himself.
Yeah, but I feel like if the fucking Red Bull was a bit faster and, you know, had its shit together, he wouldn't be complaining as much. Which I get is the point, but I get the points of, like, Carlos Sainz with Ollie Behrman's crash. There needs to be proper safety, you know, features into this. Same with the start procedures, you know, where people are, like, not able to wear the things up. They needed to change the start lights. I get that you need to make tweaks and changes and stuff. Do I think that these regulations are starting off with a lot of fucking bad press? Yes,
Yeah.
I fucking do. Australia was a fucking hooner, and we all knew it was. It looked artificial and strange, and we didn't really get it. I also, at the same time, I'm like, Max, listen, come on, bro. Like, it doesn't help your case if you're just moaning about it for the sake of it, because ultimately, he's also just moaning about the fact that he doesn't like that he's having to fight for P8 or having to get stuck behind an Alpine. Just be a bit more transparent about it.
He's moaning like he's in the team on his own. But it's like, I get your frustration. I get the car isn't as good. I get the regulations are shit. But why are you being outperformed by Isaac?
Yeah.
True. Very true. Okay, come on. It's that time of day. It's that time of day, ladies. Who is in P11 in the constructors' standings?
Cadillac. Williams.
Aston
Martin.
Fuck.
Next in number 10 is...
Williams.
Cadillac.
And it is Cadillac. Damn, you're on this.
Oh, God.
And
She can see. She was looking at the screen.
No, okay, but I do the graphics.
Okay, well, then shut your mouth. Fuck's sake. How many points are they on?
0.
Cadillac, 0.
Both.
Both 0.
There we go. Who is in P9?
Williams.
Oh, overweight Williams. Yeah, it is. Or we should call them Lilliams at the minute, shouldn't we?
Yeah, because they're losing, not winning.
Thank you. They're on 2 points. Who is in P8, do you think? So we've got...
Audi.
Correct! And they are on 2 points. Then we jump up to P7.
Red Bull.
Incorrect.
Racing Bulls?
Correct. And they are currently on 14 points. Now, who are the big bad ones in P6? I have no idea why I've done that. Correct. They are 2 points ahead.
Well, it's better than tied.
That's true. Who's in P5?
Alpine.
Alpine.
Crazy.
16 points.
From 10th to 5th. Wow.
So how many points did they get?
Mostly from Pierre.
I think they got like 19 total last year.
That's what I'm saying, bro. What the fuck? They got 22 points last year.
Damn.
At the end of 2025.
Yeah.
And they are currently on 16 points. 3 races in.
Yeah. And 15 from Pierre, 1 from Colapinto.
Yeah.
Whoa. They literally just need 6 more points at some point this year, and they will have already met the whole of the 24 races
Probably
they
do it in
competed in.
Miami.
They actually...
Sprint weekend. They'll
we
do it
need to
in
monitor
Miami.
that. We need to monitor that. We're never going to remember this, but we need to monitor that. Who is in... Jesus. Who's in P4?
McLaren.
No.
Haas.
Haas.
Oh, yeah.
There has to be a talking point here. They're on 18 points.
Damn.
Team legal.
Mostly from Behrman.
Mostly from Behrman, correct. Who's in P3?
McLaren.
They are in P3 on 46 points. So you get all the way to P3, and that's when the points jump really hits.
You know what? Considering Oscar didn't race the first 2 races, and Norris didn't race the second one, for them to be in third on 40-something points is still quite impressive.
Yeah, very.
That's actually a really good point. How the fuck have they managed that?
Well, they did sprint, and obviously Lando was able to compete for the first 2 and the third one, and Oscar got P2 for this one.
Yeah.
So it's like, they're not consistent, but when they do race, it's great.
Like 18 of those points are just from Oscar this race.
Yeah.
Also, that was a proud moment. You were explaining to me something.
No.
Damn. Jesus.
I'm all grown up.
Oh, it's your F1 quinceanera.
Yeah.
Why did your face drop for a second?
Because I was trying to figure out what you were saying.
Okay, gotcha. P2. Ferrari. Guess how many points they're on?
60-something.
90.
Oh,
Damn.
wow.
Did you look Kevin Hart? Damn. And finally, Mercedes in P1. How many points?
132.
So fucking close.
Really? How many?
135.
Damn.
Oh, we're in that conversation.
And that's the episode.
I don't want to praise them too much.
I just don't want to praise them.
Don't want to praise them.
Well, we can praise one thing.
Yeah.
Kimi Antonelli has become the youngest multiple Grand Prix winner in history at 19 years and 7 months old. And for context, the last person to do this was Max Verstappen when he was 20. So he's beaten the record. And
It's mad impressive.
yeah, currently, George is now trailing his teenage teammate, by 9 points.
Yes, and it isn't legal to drink at the age of 18 or 19 or whatever in Japan. So poor Kimi, winning the race, was given rose water.
Oh, yeah, and he had to close his mouth when he was getting sprayed by champagne.
Yep.
Who's the last person to close their mouth on the podium?
Isaac Hadjar.
Why?
Because he's Muslim.
Yeah. I feel like that's the only F1 fact you always seem to circle back to.
You're the one I asked.
I didn't bring it up. I just had a feeling.
That's such an attack.
I just had a feeling you would, so I thought I'd just let you do it.
No, I didn't.
Beat her to it.
Completely forgot about it, to be honest. I think you're the one obsessed. Maybe you need to rethink some life choices.
Why are we arguing?
Love you.
Love you.
I was going to say with Mercedes, like, the reason I find it so difficult to praise them, which is similar to why I found it difficult to praise McLaren last year, is that
You like an underdog.
no, it's not that I like an underdog. It's that it's hard to praise a team and drivers that have performance based on them having the best car, and it's not so much the skills of their driving.
Welcome to fucking F1! What do you think fucking Lando did? Ran to the fucking finish line.
But there's no driving skills to praise. Like, it's like, oh, great, you qualified the best.
You don't even know what cars are.
I do.
I said to you the other day, look at the colour of that Volvo, and you whispered under your breath, what's a Volvo?
That is true. But I mean, like, for example, like, Lewis and Charles for the first 3 races, I was very happy to praise them because the way that they were competing was something worth talking about. But with George and Kimi, it's just like they drove.
Jesus Christ. With the same rhetoric, then, do you think that Lando Norris is not deserving of being a world champion in 2025? Because it's just his car, not him.
Yeah. I thought Max was deserving of winning the championship in 2025.
What about Max in 2024 when he won the championship and had a really dominant car?
I didn't watch the 2024 season.
Okay, it's a limited amount of data to be able to talk to you about. Fair enough.
Okay, let's take on this Grand Prix podium then for the Japanese Grand Prix. We're going to be saying who is prick of the week, who basically might as well have not shown up, who was grand, whose performance deserves a pat on the back, and who overall was the grand prick, whose performance was as good as this podcast. Let's start with prick, ladies. 3, 2, 1.
Karen Russell. Oh.
Max is kind of the Karen at the moment.
Oh, don't let the news stories sway you, ladies.
Well, that's what they try to do.
Yeah.
He's a new father. He's a 4-time world champion.
He's not a new father. He became father
Oh, what, is
last
his baby
year.
going to fucking uni, is it?
No, but he became father last year. Alonso is a new father.
Okay, why are we beefing? Love you.
Love you.
Okay, give me your argument.
Well, if you got a problem, change your fucking car.
Oh, he can't actually do that. I mean, he's not an engineer.
You're on her side. What are you doing?
Yeah.
But that could be my reason.
That you can't just, like, throw your toys out every single time you don't like a regulation cycle. At some point, you just got to suck it up and deal with it and drive the car that you're given and try and drive it to the best of your ability. If 8th is all you can manage, then 8th is all you can manage. That doesn't mean that you have to threaten to leave the sport every single time you get a bad score.
That's fair.
Quitter mentality.
I felt the same way about George Russell, though. Being we're
No, I can
so
see it.
unlucky. Last 2 races. Because it's like you're in this elevated position that you've been desperate to be in.
Mm-hmm.
So I recognise that when you know you have the fastest car on the grid, you want to win.
Yeah.
But I feel that he thinks that his premier in that team is to, like, sort of jostle the hair of Kimi and say, oh, well to one. And I don't think he sees Kimi Antonelli as a real threat.
Yeah.
And safety car or fucking not, that's the racing gods for you. You don't know how they're going to play out sometimes. But I think it's how you deal with the setbacks.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like he was clawing much back. There seemed to be some sort of strange software issue on his car, must be said. If you remember, he was kind of losing power here and there, which I think was meant to help him have an advantage, but the software glitch meant that it ended up having a disadvantage. But I don't know, I just feel like George is quite talky and a bit, like, lectury on the radio, and he doesn't have a particularly likeable way of talking on the radio sometimes. I know if I was a race engineer, I'd think, oh, shut up. So it's not always how you win, it's sometimes how you act when you're not winning that kind of counts. And they're all guilty of that because they're highly competitive. I just found him a bit of an ick during that race today.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of attitude, both of them get prick.
Yeah.
And George would have been my second choice. But the thing for me is, like, at least George is trying. At least he's still, he's aiming to get that championship. He's still giving it his all. He's being a Karen about it, but he's not giving up. Max, in comparison to Isaac, who's on the same team as him, who's got the same car, is just constantly complaining, and he's reached a point where it's like the 3rd race of the season, and he's already sounding like he's just given up completely, and all he does is Karen it out. And it's kind of like the first 2 races, it's understandable, and it's like, okay, everyone's still adjusting, everyone's hating on the regulations. You get to the 3rd race, and it's like, come on, it's a bit repetitive now.
Yeah, look at Piastri. He didn't even get to race in the first 2 races, and he came out swinging for Japan.
Yeah.
That is fair. Well, George Russell is personally my prick, but...
We operate on consensus.
Exactly, and democracy, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Should we move on to prick?
Grand.
No. We shouldn't. Because you know why? It's fucking. You know what's your segment? I'm going to shut the fuck up.
Let's move on to Grand, because we've just done Prick. And
No need to rub it in, though. Don't be a bitch about it, okay?
let's say whose performance was good and well deserving of a pat on the back in 3, 2, 1.
Kimi
Oscar
Antonelli.
Oh. You both said Kimi Antonelli.
No,
I didn't. I
just
said
didn't.
Piastri.
Oh, you said Pierre
Clean
Gasly.
your ears out, love.
Sorry. You said Pierre Gasly,
I did.
I said
Kimi
Kimi
Antonelli,
Antonelli.
and I said Oscar Piastri. Okay, I'm going to say Oscar Piastri because it was his first proper race and he came P2, and that's pretty fucking impressive.
That is pretty fucking
if you
impressive.
ask me.
Yeah.
I think that he was in good spirits when he got his podium. I think he's shown just what that McLaren is capable of, because we haven't really seen it so far this season.
Fair.
I definitely think out of the two McLaren drivers, he is the stronger driver. No offense, champ. And yeah, I just think he did really, really well. And I think if not for the safety car and the pit stop, and the pit stop muddle ups and stuff that came after that, he might have had a very good shot of actually winning the race.
Yeah, that's a valiant argument. I get it.
Well, mine was more just like, it's the second time he's won now. He's shown that it's not luck. And that he's actually as competitive, maybe even more competitive than
the
George.
safety car.
I thought you
was
said
an
that you
element
couldn't
of
celebrate
luck.
the Mercedes because it was just their car. Why have you suddenly chosen Kimi Antonelli?
And you could argue that he did get lucky by the timing of the safety car. Right, you think of a new name.
I'll be the deciding factor between you two.
I went for Pierre Gasly.
Mm-hmm.
The reason for that is that he qualified in P7 in an Alpine, which I think is a fantastic result in itself. That Alpine seems to be a lot more competitive in the hands of Pierre Gasly. He ran in 7th before the pit stop started. He then held that position throughout the safety car, fended off 4-time fucking world champion in the closing laps when the Red Bull briefly got past, and then he reclaimed the place to finish in 7th. It was a kind of a quiet race, but I thought it was a fantastically driven race from Pierre.
Yeah.
And I think that it wasn't one that got a lot of attention on the coverage. But when you look at that result, from how they were in 2025, I think Alpine have got, you know, a decent little race car on their hands.
Yeah.
And I think that Pierre really showed off the capabilities of it. So that was why I say Pierre.
Not
Yeah,
mad at
fair.
it. Really?
I agree with you for Pierre Gasly.
Well, fuck you. So, Pierre Gasly is our Grand of the Japanese Grand Prix.
You're welcome, baby.
And let's move on to Grand Prick, whose performance this race was as good as this amazing podcast that you are currently listening to.
I actually don't know.
3, 2, 1.
Oscar
Kimi
Piastri.
Antonelli. Is he stayed silent?
I did. I did. And I told you before we did this I wouldn't. So I don't know what I'm doing.
Do you want to hear our arguments and then you could be the deciding factor?
Sure.
Okay, I'm saying Kimi Antonelli because he is the youngest driver to ever get 2 consecutive podiums in F1. He is 19 years old,
Yep.
and he is now leading the world championship
True.
for the drivers. He has had 2 consecutive race wins.
True.
I think he is really proving to Mercedes that he is a very viable option for who to, you know, put your money on for this year's championship. He's giving George Karen Russell a run for his money, and
True.
he is doing phenomenally. If you think back to last year and his performances, you know, especially in the European leg, he was crying for completely different reasons. He was in like a
true.
real muddle with his performance and stuff, and he's completely turned around. He's obviously done a lot of hard work and training over the winter break, and now he is driving, frankly, like a champion.
Yeah, maybe a bit of a not like a maturity glow up.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit. Reem?
Mine is mostly because of the amount of respect I got for Oscar after this race. I think him not being able to race for Australia and China, for a lot of drivers, that might have gotten them in their head. And they would have
That's
been a
actually
bit
very
nervous
true.
coming
That's
into
true.
the first race. But it didn't seem like it affected him at all. Like the fact that he was able to just laugh about it, move on, take that opportunity where he could race, and then come out in P2, where McLaren, we thought, wasn't even competitive this season.
True.
I thought it was extremely impressive. I think he could have gotten the win. And I think he's going to continue to show some incredible performance for the rest of the season if he continues going this way. And everyone's going to forget about the fact that he couldn't compete for the first 2 races. So it's just a performance worth respecting.
Huh. You know what, Reem? I need to resync some things here.
Resync?
I vote with Nav.
No!
I vote with Nav.
No!
I resunk some things. No. And you know what I've resunk? Vote with you,
No.
bitch. Kimi forever.
Woohoo!
You and me, Nav. Are we beefing?
Yeah.
Good.
No, actually.
We actually are beefing.
No, is it like...
Why twiddling your little feet?
if you're basing it off of the arguments and not our
Nav.
arguments.
I was always going to choose Nav.
Oh.
Yeah. I think Kimi Antonelli is deserving of Grand Prix.
Oh. I thought I made a really good argument.
I think it was a prickish argument.
Love you.
Love you. Okay, we have our Grand Prix podium.
Yes, the prick of the race was Max Verstappen, the grand of the race was Pierre Gasly, and the grand prick was Kimi Antonelli. Well done, boo.
Well done, baby. This has been our Japanese Grand Prix episode here at Grand Prix. But we have an announcement here at Grand Prix HQ. And it's that we have been shortlisted for 2 different categories at the Golden Globes. Woohoo! Cue all of the audience to find that name. Kind of funny.
It is good.
It is a prestigious award, much like the Golden Globes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Even better, some might say.
Who?
Us.
Gotcha. And we have no idea if we're going to win or not, because there's a mixture of, little underdogs like us and big bad wolves of the industry.
It's like Ramesh Ranganathan.
Yes, all slammed into one category.
There's also 13 people on a short list.
Also very true. And a fun little real life anecdote is that we were on a video call as Nav decided to load it up and see if we were on any of these lists. And when we saw our name on there, I was outside in the world after I'd been out, and I screamed with excitement, and 2 women, I think, thought I was getting assaulted. I think they looked over with genuine fear, and I saw one of them grab her handbag. So I wonder if she maybe thought that I wasn't the victim, I was the aggressor in that situation. I was wearing a snapback, so maybe I looked kind of tough, But either way, sorry.
We're feeling too much, I reckon.
What, did I wear a hat? Was that too deep, is it? At the underpinning of my fucking personality, wearing a fucking hat.
Honestly, yeah.
Honestly, it is. Anyway, just thank you for all you people listening, because it's a terribly thrilling thing to be able to do a podcast, and the fact that we get to get all of these little clips and stuff like that together and messages that people have sent. But we will be catching you next time. But remember that the Bahrain Grand Prix and the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix has been cancelled due to the current situation over in the Middle East. So we won't have those 2 races on the calendar this year. But in this ever-changing climate of life, remember to try and be like Nodoguro-san. Just try and keep pushing on. Keep running up that hill. Keep running up that hill.
And we will have content in this form.
I was fucking getting there, lad. Thank you, Nav.
Okay.
Much more collaborative host. We will be having all sorts of different bits of content for you. I'm not going to tell you what any of it is. Just let it brew up. You can find us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, because we're down with the kids and the trends.
And make sure you tune in for this week's edition of the Grand Prix Garden, because something has gone terribly awry.
It really has, and I don't blame the teams, the seeds, the soil, or the decoration.
Just Nav's gardening skills.
Yep. I hate to do this to you, but I'm sorry. What's happened there? It's a fucking disgrace. I'm sorry, but it's fucking not all right. Good luck trying to make that little... Welcome to the Grand Prix Garden with you fingering that soil and trying to tell them seconds later what you've done. What's happened?
She's also lost exactly which teams belong to which parts of the pod, so we can't actually track the team's progress.
Stop shitting on my... I don't see you doing any original fucking content.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's shut you up, hasn't it? Mm.
I did my reaction speed test.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm hanging on that, that's all I do. I need to do something else. Anyway, we digress. Happy Easter if you celebrate.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't, then just don't fucking worry about it. Hope you're enjoying the fact that the kids are out of school. Ew, not like that. As in, like, sorry. As in the roads are a lot clearer at the minute. Jesus Christ. I didn't mean, like, pick yourself up an 8-year-old. Like, I mean, like, the roads are clear. Jesus.
And tell us what fish you'd be.
Yes. Should we put a poll up? Are you a sunfish, Gil from Finding Nemo, or a goldfish?
Bonus, maybe a hammerhead shark.
Yes. That's my dream blunt rotation. We've been Grand Prix. You've been amazing. Catch you next time. Bye.